Cyprus, a tiny island in the Mediterranean, became independent in August 1960. Its first president was Archbishop Magarios. On the 20th of July 1974, the junta ruling Athens at the time initiated a coup to overthrow Magarios. A week later, Turkey invaded the island with the excuse to protect the Turkish minority. Turkish troops went on to occupy more than a third of Cyprus, forcing 200,000 people to lose their homes and become refugees. Turkish Cypriots, under the leadership of Rauf Denktash, proclaimed a separate state in the northern part of the island. The political issue, despite efforts to solve it, remains virtually frozen since 1974. As a result of the 1974 invasion, 1,619 Greek Cypriots were reported as missing. One of them was my grandfather, Michali Hachidaniil. The last place he was seen was the Pavlidis Garad prisons in the Turkish sector in the capital, Nicosia. The Turks had captured him and had not been heard of since then. He had a wife, Panayotta, and 3 children, the eldest being his daughter, Eleni, then his son, Danili. The youngest son is Christakis, my father. For years he had told me about his village, and now, finally, I was going to see it with my own eyes. Assia is a village just east of Nicosia, the capital of Cyprus. When I was little, Assia was just a drawing to me, and my father's house was a speck in the Mid-East. But then in 2002, when the border was open to the Greek Cypriots, I was going to see it for real. I couldn't imagine what was going through my father's mind while we were driving through the village. It had been about 30 years since he and his family were forced to leave. He was in the army when he found out his father and mother had been captured. His mother was later released. He could remember everything and was recalling the houses where the villagers lived.
And the house next, this one is his house.
Μακάρι λίγο του Χατζηχρίστενας, δαμε της Μαΐνας και άμα στρίψεις λίγο από δεξιά από τα τώρα, πάεις προς τη θεία μου η φωτού.
Then we came to his house.
Γιαγιάς μου. Είχε τείχο μπροστά. Κοίτα.
It was the first time I had seen my father cry. He wanted to go in. The door was wide open, but he was unsure. Luckily, a Turkish Cypriot neighbour saw us and kindly approached us. He had been living in a nearby village before the war and knew of my grandfather and his family.
Ο παππούς μου ήταν, ο παππούς μου Δημοσθένης ήταν στο Στρογγυλό. Ο παππούς μου, ο Χατζηχαναήλης, έμεινε και δεν μου έτω.
Πάπα μου να σε πω, έτσι κοντός άνθρωπο και Δημοσθένη και Χατζηχαναήλος κοντός άνθρωπο. Άμα γιούεστε έτσι μακρύς είναι.
Να μας αφήγω να μπούμε μέσα αλλά δεν θα έρθει. Τώρα, δεν είχε κανέναν μέσα. Δεν ήθελα να πω και μέσα, αλλά άμα δεν είχε κανέναν.
He asked the wife of the family who lived in the house if we could go in. She accepted. It was almost how I imagined it would be, remembering my father's descriptions. The storeroom, the bedrooms. the living room leading into the garden,
Tutti i posteni qui, ci pare vazamento da schieni che chiamame in swing. Susa. La messa είχαμε τα ζώα. Είχαμε φουλιές πάνω, όλα γεμάτα πεζούνια. Και τα μέσα ήταν που βάζαμε το τροφή των ζώων, το άχερο.
Then the husband of the family came home and was upset that we had come in. He was threatening us, so we had to leave.